Okay, before we start, we have a disclosure here, and we will go ahead and share our signals for the last hour and for today. And for the ones that just arrived, or this is your entry, the ones in the yellow number on the market analyzer on the top. This is your safe entry, your target, your PNL, and you'll get the new signal right at the second column. You get the new signal coming out, your PNL, your trailing stop, and your stop loss. And then you can watch the fibs from the chart, and then it is very easy. You just follow the automated trading, the signal where you can trade it automatically or you can trade it manually. And then on the right corner is the same. You have the forex, you have the new signal, the new entry, the new target, and then you have the charts, and then you have the fibs. I hope that will be helpful to any trader out there. And this is a really something that traders can really uh, very straightforward. We are sharing our signals for no. There is no sales stock. There is no promotion. We're just giving away our signals to everyone is interested having a second opinion. However, whatever you do with the signal is on your own. Best Pro Trade is not responsible for any of your trading. So we're just trying to help, and then we wish you the best with your trading. We will go ahead and cover the last hour, and now we hit practically most of the targets. So what you see right now, will probably, if this market take in a different direction, we're gonna bump into new signals and a new little trick. Once the market hit the target, if, as an example, on the ES right now, if this market now on the last trade made the 26 ticks, then we have the number. The target is 27.4425. This is something that you have to be very careful if you are a manual trader out there and you are willing to take more long trades. It's going to be very high risk trade. As an example, right now on the ES, if we notice here, there is two yellow lines. Between those two yellow lines, this is a dead zone. And between those two yellow lines, we have made it this one, and it's practically very accurate 8 out of 10. Once you see the ES or any other market between those two lines, the yellow lines, does mean there is no more long trades. So if you are thinking about taking a long trade, as an example on the ES, it's not going to make it. Probably you are taking a much high risk. Actually, when you come into this yellow lines, it is a place where you start need to think about reversals. So as an example, the Nasdaq entry was at two at 68.56, and your target was at 68.73.75. We nailed 77 ticks on that trade. There is no more to take long on that trade. Which this one, the market analyzer is based on one target. We hit the target on the DAX for the DAX traders. The entry was on 12.453, and then the target, if you see here on the kind color on the DAX, is 125.13. We hit the target, which nailed 79 ticks. On the 30-year Treasury bond, we have a sell signal, and here is your entry at 143.18. And then in the kind color here, you see it was the target at 143.11. So you look at your chart, we were only 3 ticks on that trade. If we looking at the Russell, we had a buy entry at 1549.6, and the target was 15547. Hit the target. The 6E we had a buy entry at uh, uh, 470, and the target you can see that was 680, nailed 56 ticks, and targets hit. So the same thing you can do on the forex. We can see the forex hit the targets way above the target. As an example here, if we are looking at the Aussie dollar, based all of them based on 1 minute, all the charts are based on 1 minute. We can see we already hit the target, and now we are in a very critical area where you should not be taking any long trades. I cannot say that, but it's almost 90%. If you are taking a long trades on that matter, you're gonna really your risk is extremely high. If we take the Japanese, also in the same time, we can see we hit the target way above the target. And this is the same thing. If you notice, there's two yellow lines here. This means the short is over on the Japanese. And the same thing here you see on the ES, or if you wanted to see on the CL right now, on the CL, we missed the target on the CL. The highest we got on the CL, it was 61.85, but our target was 61.89. So we missed the target by a couple of three takes, but we had a beautiful entry on the CL at 61.68, target 61.69. Did not, we still struggling a little bit on the CL. Let's look again on the Forex. This one, I don't have the chart. I don't have the templates here. I will put the templates on. Okay, here is one, and I will go ahead and put the templates on one of those here, so we can see. While it's loading on the market analyzer here, we can see the P&L and ticks. So when you see the P&L and ticks, for the gentlemen have the real size of money, you can hedge this market because this market analyzer is based on one contract, not three and four, one contract. And for the ones who have money, they can see the total on those trades right now is from the last signal is 400 ticks on the last signals between ES, YMCL, NASDAQ, and the rest. You have 398 ticks on the based on the last signal. So let's look on this Forex. On this, you can see where we hit the target, and we still went way above the target. But once it gets to those yellow lines, it doesn't matter if you are, uh, um, you have to be careful with your short trade. So this is very important to be careful with that. However, right now, if any ES traders right there, you have to be careful on the 2747 because on the 2747 you have a very nice resistance, and followed by that number, the 2747, we have the 2751, which is this dead end for the ES. So be careful how to approach this market because that market right now is no longer valid for long trading. Actually, is a profit-taking area, and the probability on that trade it will be now. If you whatever system you have in your hands, this is a very good area right now to start looking for short. This is this ES. Uh, uh, Look, if we notice, this is right now, it is a very, very critical area. As you see on the fib, let me try to make it bigger. Maybe it's not the highest quality when you are steaming live. But if we are looking at the fib line was 2747, as expected, the 2747. and you can see how this market on the fib, which if somebody was taking a long trade right now and he just stayed away from that trade, he would have saved himself a lot of trouble because this area right now is no longer valid for an entry signal. So right now on those market, ES, YM, CL, NASDAQ, DAX 30-year Treasury bond, and Russell, and the 6E, right now on the based on the last signal, we have 400 ticks in profit. And then this is your total. We have the targets hit, the trailing stop, and the stop loss. They're all there. The trailing stops, they are based on fibs, which are not a dummy trailing stop, which that is a very advantage for the traders. Now it's about any minute right now. If the CL continued, we will have a short trade on the CL. We will have a very short. We'll keep our eye to see if there is a new signal after this run at this market right now. Let's see if we will have a short signal on the CL. Right now, if we just for the guys are interested to see what's going on the CL is a very straightforward. We missed the target by a couple of three ticks from here. Now we are come in to this trailing stop. The trailing stop, folks. The first trailing stop is a light uh, support line, and the second one is a heavy support line. And then in the middle, if you can see, this is a saying a buy entry or a re-entry. That's mean this is a very major support line, and this is a very cheap trade actually for the ones out there are manual trading, because anything, if we notice how the CL came in exactly to the support line down to the tick, and from the tick is going up, and it will be right now. There is no direction on the CL. So if you are live trading the CL right now, you have to stay calm on that. We we had the run and we almost hit the target. And right now, that CL is going to keep going back and forth like a pinball, and that is not acceptable. So, right now, we need to stay away from this trade until we get a new signal. As long as we don't have a new signal right now, I will not touch the CL. So, for any CL traders out there, right now, it is a very high risk to take those trades. If you are a manual trader, the reason is if you notice how this market going back and forth, and this one here is not a recorded, this is a live market. We are covering a live market, and we can see how the CL going like a pinball between those two lines got stuck in that channel, and that means right now, we cannot touch the CL is untradable. Even if a guy saying that I'm auto trading, I don't care. Yes, it is nice. Also, we have a lot of good auto trades, but the things is also is nice if you are auto trading to know why that auto trade, whatever auto trade you have in your hand, why that auto trade is not making is irrelevant if it's from us or somebody else, but it is really nice to know what's going on. We had some, if we wanted to cover some, let me see here, just a second, please. If you want to cover some other auto trades, we can cover some other auto trades. Uh, uh, Actually, if there's any member in the room, we should have very soon an update coming out probably any day right now, and we will release it immediately to the traders. We are still testing a little bit on it. That's why I started very late on the swing trading because we are doing some heavy testing on the new update coming out, and which I really like the new update, the major update coming up on those auto trading, swing trading. So what we have developed a little bit more on the swing trading because right now the volatility in the market has become unacceptable, and sometimes we have a good volatility, and sometimes we can have a bad volatility. So right now we are testing some new system on the other auto trade. Now, if we watch this one here, we are about to close those long entry, and now we are going to the short entry. So any minute right now, we will have a new signal on the CL as an example. Most of the future market hit the targets. 90% of this market hit the target, and right now, after this market hit, there is a profit taken, and that is expecting that market to take a dive, and that's exactly what happened. If we notice what happened on the ES, I said do not take any long trade right now on the ES. This is a critical area. This is what exactly happened. And right now, what we need to do, we're not out of the wood with the ES. It could be pullback or it could be now a new signal. The only thing we can find out once the ES hit those areas, then we can figure out if that ES is a pullback or a re-entry, or it is we are coming out to a new signal. As an example, if we look here on the CL, and I said right now the CL is going to be going back and forth between those two lines. That's exactly what happened. And at the moment right now, I will not touch the CL until I see a new signal, and then I will go ahead and activate the system. Look, the same story is again and again, again. It's not an accident. It is again and again the same story. If you look from the previous live videos, and they were all lives, you will find the same uh, uh, pattern with our system. You can and look at the ES right now. It came exactly to the true average of price, and this is your buy entry. So that's why right now we cannot touch the ES because there is no direction on the ES. Sadly, we cannot decide when we need to take it trades. Actually, we need to wait till the market open the doors for us to take a trade, and this is the difference. And right now, what we see, this is where most of the traders lose money. Even even that. If a guy is auto trading, I decided to go live on a live video to even show a guy is just auto trading why your trade lose money sometimes or why your trade made money today. And this is where a little information about how the market runs that can open the trader's eye how things sometimes they can run, and it is very important for the trader understand how the market function. And sadly, when people are automated trading, they try to dismiss this area, which is very important for even a guy want to auto trade. Don't need to learn a price action. This is we don't want to teach a price action, but at least to comprehend. As an example, right now when the ES hit the target, right there we had a very nice entry on the ES, made around 27 ticks on one trade, and it hit the target and went above the target. This is fair enough. But when the market pulled back and the entry was done, I mean, uh, the market is going to keep going back and forth, as you see, back and forth. And this is where 90% of amateur traders lose money. This is 90% the aggravation from the traders when they start losing money. The reason is they don't know when there is a time this market can get stuck between two fib lines, support resistance, and the market are trying to find a direction. If this market cannot find a direction, we cannot find a direction to the market. And this is the biggest mistake by a lot of traders. They rely on an indicator based on following the market and instead predicting what's going on in the market. So if we can predict the target and we hit the target, we took our profit, and then we understand this market now is trying to find direction the same way as the CL now trying to find the direction. So if you see after we hit the target, if you look from the video, after we hit all the targets from the beginning of the videos, we were up to around 420 ticks. Most of them hit the targets. After they hit the targets, profit was taken, and now we are changing direction. When you are changing direction, you can see your P&L start dropping. If we notice here on your P&L, after we hit the target, all the markets start pulling back. Every single instrument start pulling back. So from 400 to 20 ticks after we hit the target, right now we are down to 200 ticks in a profit. And eventually, if this market now, after this profit was taken, if it's gonna keep going down, those numbers they're gonna keep going down until we get a new signal, and then from the new signal we're gonna go down and get it. So it's about time to get a new entry on the CL, and we'll wait on the new entry on the CL. We'll see what will happen here. It could be any minute on the CL, taking a trade. So as a matter of time, we will get a new signal right now. I will stay quiet until we get the new signal, and then we will take it from there. Okay, we have a new signal on the Russell. If we are looking right now, this is very important that the sell order start coming in. The Russell have a sell order. We have the 6E. Now we have a new sell order. It's on 7 ticks, 6 ticks. And then we have the DAX. And we're about to have the CL comes in with a new target. So right now, the CL is in a very, very critical area here. So let's wait on the signal, then we will talk about the new signal. We have a new signal on the CL, and we have the CL in new signal is 6153, and you got to be careful on 6145. There is one support area at 6145, and then the target is 6124. And let's look at 6145 first. Keep your eye on 6145, please. This is a support area. There is no signal on the ES whatsoever. As we see, the ES is going stuck back and forth between those two lines. That tells you there is no trades. And even if you are auto traded, uh, whatever auto trade you have, maybe uh, it could be not hours. So you gotta be careful if you are auto traded right now. This area here, it could be very critical for the ES, and that can cause you lose money, guaranteed. Now, be careful if somebody took that trade from the CL is struggling. Actually, the CL keep going down. But the most important right now, we have the 6145 on the CL. There is a sellers start coming in. You can see start blinking, and we'll see how this market. There is more sellers. You can see start blinking here, telling you there is a sellers, and they are pushing that market to the 6145, and then we will take it from there. You can see they are pushing it down. That's fine. That's fair enough. On the ES, we have something called true average price. If you notice on the ES, it's respecting that number constantly. And on the ES, the 2739 actually is the key number on the ES. It is the key number. And you look down to the tick, the true average price, which is 2739. You will not mess with those numbers. Absolutely, you will not mess with those. And look at it. Now look, the CL, they start pushing it down. Keep your eye on the 6145, gentlemen. 6145, please. If you are in that trade, you copy that trade. Keep your eye on the 6145, exactly to the tick, 6145, folks. It is amazing when you have a clear vision what will happen in here. Look, 6145. It's not over yet until we see that bar on the CL closed below the 6145 jump. If you are in that trade, look at this. I want to make it bigger a little bit to see how this market respecting those numbers and those lines. Look at this. We said to be careful with the 6145 way ahead of time. Our target is 6124. Whoever, look, there is a seller start coming in. So if we, okay, there we go. It's a free run all the way to 6124. This is the target, 6124. Right now on that CL trade, we are on 10 ticks, fine. Okay, that's nice. We close below that line. That's mean we have a free run all the way to 61.24. Sellers start coming in. If you see from the chart, start blinking. This is where the sellers start coming in. The market analyzers on both of sides, they are in red. On the right, on the left upper corner, they are all in red. That can identify your direction even in the market. And then we have that support line 61.45. That's exactly where the bar closed. And now we are heading directly to the 61.24, your target. It is very advisable if you take it 61.25, one tick above the target. Okay. Okay. Whoever is in that trade on the CL right now, we are on 17 ticks. Folks, we're not calling the trades, we're just guiding traders to as a second opinion, and but we are not calling the trades for you. We just explain what's happening in the market. So hopefully that will help some of the trades out there. We're going straight down to it. 61.24 is the magic number that we're gonna. If you are wanna close, you can close at 61.25. Okay, we have a new signal on the YM. We have a new signal on the ES, folks. So keep your eye on the ones, the ES. We took the trade on the ES at 35.50, and we have a new signal on the YM at 51.30. On the ES, you have to keep your eye on this 27.31. 27.31. This is your support line. Once we break that line, we are going to hit it home. So keep your eye on the 27.31, please. More sellers coming in on the CL. That is going to tell us that we are hitting the target. Once we hit the target, there is nothing left on that CL, folks. You will see yourself, even at the last hour in the trade. Okay? On the ES, whoever took that trade on the ES, the 31.50 is the magic support line. Be careful with it. Look how is the wig came in exactly to the 31.50, and look where it stopped the ES. Look where it stopped the ES, folks. Right to the line at 31.50 to the tick. And for whoever took that trade on the CL, congratulations, you just nailed 29 ticks on the CL. Congratulations. If you see the ES come into the 31.50, wow, we broke it. Okay, we are going down on this ES, straight down. Nothing is stopping that ES. It's 27.24, folks. Watch the market on the CL. Once we hit this target, nothing happened on the CL. Look at the target. This is a life front of you. What you see, what you get. And if we look on the CL, it hit exactly to our target, not even one tick plus, one tick minus. And you can see now there is a potential they're going to be pushing it down a little bit. That's very fine. But we have a major support line at 61.18, and we have a major support line at 61.11. So this is irrelevant anymore. It's not tradable anymore. We cannot take shorts anymore. It's done, it's over. The target hit to the line and is over. If we look at the Forex, right now, we have the keep your eye on the yellow line. and you will see how this market can be rejected from that line. You can see, folks, on the ES, we still we got a reversal. This is a couple reversal signals, and the 3150, the ES is struggling on that number. Even when the ES has closed below that number, but it's look, this is the 3150 still in order. And where's this ES going? It's going to be rejected from here. So this is where most of the traders get lost, and it's going to be rejected from the 3425, and that is going to be like a pinball between those two lines. And we will watch. There is buyers coming in on the ES. Look at this, to the line, to our fib line. The blue line came in directly to the 34. We knew that because it's following by the strong resistance, and we'll see what will happen on the ES. Whoever took that trade on the ES, now he needs to calculate uh, where he needs to close position, or he needs to put his stop loss above the resistance line at 27.35. 27.35, this is where you need to put a break even a plus one take, because now, right now, we are in a very critical area. We have a double resistance. Most likely, you're not going to be stopped out. Most likely, this ES is going to continue to drop, but the 3150, as we said, look, is struggling on that number. Look at this. So, look, to the take, gentlemen, to the take, 3150, to the take. And now it's going back to retest the resistance. So this is where the markets start getting stuck in between those two lines. Uh, the the CL is done. There is nothing done with the CL. Right now we are up on that last signal, 37 ticks. That's $370, and there is nothing left on the CL. If somebody want to take this trade on the CL, there is nothing. Again, we can see on the ES, we are on the 2731. Beautiful, beautiful. Once you have those information, that will help you understand how this market moves sometimes, or maybe that can help you understand um, how this market sometimes can be tricky. If you cannot read it right, can be with, for the YM, we had a new signal on the ES and the YM. I'm sorry, I don't have the chart on the YM right now. For the YM, we had a sell signal, and it's already up 17 ticks on the YM. If you look at the YM signal, because the YM fired a signal right with the ES, and we can see the ES and the YM now start following. It's not tradable anymore. It's not tradable anymore, folks. The ES is finished. It came into our line, and it's not tradable right now. We need to see where those couple bars want to close before you can even make a decision on it. They came back, both of them, to the entry signal. They came back, both of them, to the entry signal. But it was a beautiful run on the CL on the last signal. We did very well. Okay, I will stay quiet for the. I'm trying to. Uh, okay, you can see how it hit the target on the forex to the tick. Look at this, to the tick, folks. Like what happened on the CL. Okay, again, we're going back, testing the 3150 on the ES. And if we notice, it's this, from exactly from the entry, exactly from the entry number, the market went back to the same number where we entered. And there is 3150 is your magic number. You gotta be careful. There we go. The YM is going straight to it. Look like it. There is nothing holding the YM. I'm concerned about the 3150 on the ES. Okay, there is more sellers. Will be nice if this one closed below that number. Okay, there we go. It's finished. A lot of sales, a lot of selling. You can see it's a blinking. Those are telling you there is a lot of sales, pushing this market down. So actually, on the last three trades on the CL, we nailed around $350 on the CL. We nailed on the last trade on the ES 375 based on one contract. Right now we have, and we nailed on the YM $445 based on one contract. So on the last signals itself, on the CL, there we go. We hit the target. We hit the target. So between one contract on the CL, on the last signal, the last signal we had on that video today, on the ES, and the last signal we had on the YM, there they made around $1,000 based on one contract. $1,000, one ES, one YM, and one CL. Look at this, folks. If we notice on the ES, Where look where this bar closed, right to the target. There is nothing left on the YM because we are coming to a major support area here. And look yourself, and this is now you are watching it live. You can see that was your target at 27.24, and we came down to that tick like we did to the CL. Look at the YM, is to the tick, gentlemen, to the tick live in front of you. Here we go. And now the market pullback is over. It's over with the trading on the ESCL is over. It is over on the ES. Down to the tick is done, is over. Beautiful, beautiful done. Let's look what happened here. Okay, it's about to hit the target. It's fine. This is over for the ES. There is no more trade. CL, there is no more trade. Despite if this market is gonna go few ticks down, but it is over. Whoever took that signal on the last signals, right now we are up to 540, 537 ticks in the profit, and this is based on only the last signals. And this is live in front of you guys. And if we notice, this is something very powerful. If we notice, we hit the target 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars, 4 bars on this ES. The same number, folks, the same number. After the target hit, the YM trying to go down went 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bars, 4 bars on the same numbers we predicted. Now, followed by the support line at 93 and followed by strong support line at the 97. They are irrelevant anymore. We are not interested in those anymore. We are not interested in those anymore. And we hit exactly the CL, the YM, and the ES down to the tick, to the target. And if it's gonna come out now, a couple more ticks, look, here's your support line. And that's why we don't want it to deal with that high risk area anymore. Same story is going to happen on the ES at 27.22. Can you see where's the support line is at 94? Look where the YM stopped, 94. If we notice on the ES, it came into that line, exactly to this line at 22 level, nothing happening. And this is it. This is where the area now is going to drive every trader crazy. The reason is we hit our targets and we have no clue what will happen now. Could be profit taking, and then the market is going to go back retesting the 3450. Could be pushed down to the second level at on the 2717, but it's become irrelevant actually to mess with the market. You can see to the tick, folks, to the tick. Nothing happened. Now we are in the whoever follow the signals. We are on 600. If you look at the market analyzer on the top, you can see it's 636, 642 ticks into the profit on the last signals for today, and that is around 5,870. So you can copy those trades or you can automate it. Now we are climbing to 700 ticks in the profit. 700 ticks, we nailed 700 ticks based on one contract. 744, 751 based on one contract. Now it is 3:09 p.m. is over for today. Look like we're gonna hit the 800 ticks based on one contract. We're about to hit 800 ticks for today. 821 ticks. We have a target hit on the forex as well, but I'm gonna keep the YM and says in here target hit. We're about to hit 900, probably a lot of sales, but now it's become irrelevant. So based on the last signal, now we are about to hit 900 ticks. It is amazing. Sometimes the market can drive us crazy, and sometimes the market can make us really happy. We hit the 900 ticks. Let's see if we can hit the 1,000 tick based on the last signal. Okay. I'm gonna stay quiet for today and rest of the market, and wish you all the best. Or maybe tomorrow we will. I will stay for a couple of seconds, then we go through.